God is not ignoring you. He is preparing you for what you prayed for this time. The message is about why God sometimes makes you wait even when you have already prayed, and how the waiting season is not rejection but preparation. Imagine praying for something again and again and again, but nothing changes. You ask God for an answer, and all you hear is silence. You ask Him to open a door, but the door remains closed. You ask Him to bring something into your life, but instead, it feels like God is taking things away. And slowly, a question begins to grow inside your heart. God, do you even hear me? Maybe you have asked that question recently. Maybe you have prayed when nobody else knew you were struggling. Maybe you smiled in front of people, but cried when you were alone. You told everyone, "I'm fine." But deep inside, you were asking God, "How much longer? How much longer will I have to wait? How much longer will I feel stuck? How much longer will I have to watch other people receive what I have been praying for?" And the hardest part is when you know God is powerful enough to change everything instantly. He could open the door today. He could answer the prayer today. He could remove the problem today. He could bring the breakthrough today. So why hasn't He? Why does God sometimes allow you to wait? Why does He sometimes remain silent? Why does He allow you to stand in a place where you cannot see the future? The answer may surprise you, because sometimes God is not delaying the blessing. God is preparing you for the blessing. There is a difference. You may be asking God, "Give me what I prayed for." But God may be saying, "First, let me prepare you for what you prayed for." Because what you are asking for may require a stronger version of you, a wiser version of you, a more patient version of you, a spiritually mature version of you. And sometimes, God does not change your situation immediately, because He is changing you first. You may think nothing is happening, but something is happening. God may be working in places you cannot see. He may be removing attitudes, removing fear, removing unhealthy attachments, removing distractions, removing the need for approval, removing the version of you that would destroy the very blessing you are asking Him to give you, because not every blessing is safe in the hands of an unprepared person. And sometimes, the delay is God's protection. You may be angry because the door did not open, but years later, you may thank God that it did not. You may cry because someone left, but later, you may realize that their departure protected your future. You may feel frustrated because God said, "Not yet," but one day. You may understand that "not yet" was not rejection, it was preparation. Think about this. If God gave you everything you wanted immediately, would you be ready to handle it? Would your character be strong enough? Would your faith survive the pressure? Would you know how to protect what you prayed for? Would you still depend on God? Or would the blessing make you forget the one who gave it? Sometimes, God allows the waiting season, because the waiting season teaches you what the blessing never could. The waiting teaches patience. The waiting reveals motives. The waiting exposes fake relationships. The waiting strengthens faith. The waiting teaches you how to trust God, even when you have no evidence. And this is where many people give up. They pray for 1 week, nothing happens. They pray for 1 month, nothing changes. They pray for 1 year, and they start believing that God has forgotten them. But God has not forgotten you. Silence does not mean absence. Just because you cannot see God working does not mean God is not working. You cannot see roots growing beneath the ground. But that does not mean the tree is dead. You cannot see the wind, but you can see what the wind moves. You cannot see God preparing your future. But one day, you will look back and realize He was working the entire time. You thought you were waiting for God, but maybe God was waiting for you to become ready. Maybe the delay is not about the blessing. Maybe the delay is about your heart. Maybe God is teaching you not to chase what He has not assigned to you. Maybe He is teaching you to stop forcing doors. Maybe He is teaching you that rejection can be protection. Maybe He is teaching you that loneliness can become a place where you finally hear His voice. Maybe He is teaching you to stop depending on people who were never meant to carry the weight of your destiny. Because sometimes God has to remove the noise before you can hear His direction. Sometimes He has to separate you from certain people before you understand who you really are. Sometimes He has to close a door because you would have stayed there forever. And sometimes God allows you to feel uncomfortable because comfort was keeping you stuck. You may be asking, God, why did you let this happen? But one day, you may ask a different question. God, what were you protecting me from? That question can change everything, because not every unanswered prayer is a punishment. Some unanswered prayers are mercy. Some closed doors are protection. Some delays are preparation. Some endings are redirection. And some seasons of silence are the very seasons where God is doing His deepest work. So, if you're waiting right now, do not assume that God has abandoned you. Do not assume that your prayer was ignored. Do not assume that the silence means no. Sometimes, God is simply saying, not yet. And not yet can be one of the most powerful answers God gives, because God sees what you cannot see. He sees the future consequences. He sees the people you have not met yet. He sees the opportunities you are not ready for yet. He sees the version of you that still needs healing. And because He loves you, He may refuse to give you something that would destroy you before you are ready to carry it. You may think, I can handle it. But God knows your heart better than you do. He knows what pressure would break you. He knows what success would distract you. He knows what relationship would pull you away from Him. He knows what opportunity looks good, but carries a hidden cost. And sometimes His greatest act of love is not giving you what you want. It is protecting you from what you cannot see. So today, if you are in a waiting season, I want you to remember this. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. Your prayer was not wasted. God heard you, even when you thought heaven was silent. And while you are waiting for the answer, God may be preparing the answer. But more importantly, He may be preparing you. So do not quit now. Do not turn back now. Do not allow one silent season to make you doubt a God who has carried you through every season before this one. You have survived things you once thought would destroy you. You have made it through days you never thought you would survive emotionally. You have cried. You have struggled. You have questioned. But you are still here. And that means God is not finished with you. Maybe your story is not delayed. Maybe it is still being written. Maybe the chapter you are in right now is not the ending. Maybe it is the preparation chapter. And one day, you will look back at this season and finally understand why God made you wait, why He closed that door, why He removed that person, why He did not answer immediately, why He allowed you to walk through the valley, because what you thought was a delay was actually divine preparation, and what you thought was silence was actually God working behind the scenes. So keep praying, keep trusting, keep walking, even when you cannot see the whole path, because God does not need to show you the entire staircase. For you to take the next step, just take the next step, and then the next one, and then the next one. Your job is not to understand everything. Your job is to trust the one who does. God is not ignoring you. He is preparing you. And when the right time comes, you will understand why the answer had to wait. But there is something you need to understand. Waiting on God does not mean doing nothing. In Part 2, we are going to talk about the signs that God is preparing you during your waiting season, why God may be changing you before He changes your situation, and how to recognize that your new season may already be beginning. So don't leave this journey here, because the next part may help you understand why God allowed you to wait, why certain people had to leave, and what He may be preparing you for next. If you believe God is still working in your life, comment below, "I trust God's timing," and make sure you watch Part 2, because your waiting season may be preparing you for something you never expected.